Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of WizBits Random Gaming, and today we're heading down to CEX in Shepherd's Bush, one that I haven't been to for some time. Now straight away we're looking inside the window and there's some nice retro bits here, including what you can see on the left hand side here, a boxed Nintendo NES Legend of Zelda. Now admittedly it's a little bit battered on the side, but it is a 40-year-old game roughly, isn't it? Truth be told, I think the better game was on the right. Poppin' Twinbee. What a great shmup that is. Now before we head on inside, please take the time to consider subscribing to the channel if you like this kind of content. Give us a like, a share, leave us a comment. It really does help with the algorithm. Now we've got this Ghost sequel that's out now. I never even got round to completing the first one, so that's not really on my radar at this moment in time. So let's check out what's going on here today on the Nintendo Switch. Now like most branches, they're mixing in the Switch 2 titles alongside the Switch 1 stuff, which makes sense because still at this early stage of the Switch 2's lifespan, it hasn't got a great deal of physical games. I'm sure that's going to change in the future, but it's not looking great at the moment, admittedly, for Switch 2 owners, unless you're buying first party stuff only. Now I did see a couple of Switch games today that really did tempt me, and you'll see them as I get towards the bottom of the shelf. The thing that stopped me is that the majority of the titles on this compilation I've got on another compilation on the Evercade. So that's kind of what has stopped me buying this compilation, because in all honesty, I've got so many ways to play these games already. You can see it here, it's the Toapan collection, which I do believe that there is 2 editions. Now there's a game I absolutely love, Toki. I love the original and I love the remake. Now just behind that Toapan collection, there's the second one. Not really spread out too well, and I really was tempted if I'm honest, but like I say, all of the games I have got on Evercade collections and various other formats I can play them on, it's kind of prevented me from picking that up as much as I really want to, because I do love shmups. Now taking a quick look at the Xbox selection here today, and the only game that I really like the look of today, and I think this is great value, all 3 of these Disney games for £6. Now I've already got this one, I believe, so I moved swiftly on to see if there's anything else that took my fancy on the system, and like so many visits out these days, there really wasn't. Xbox has got a lot to answer for. They've made some very strange decisions in the last month alone. Their consoles have skyrocketed in price just towards the end of the generation. Game Pass has gone up in price, new structures. There's Halo is now going on PlayStation. Gears of War, it's on PlayStation. I think it's time to forget about the dead box. Now I don't really collect for the Nintendo DS, but I always like to have a look, because even though I don't collect physical stuff for this system, there is the odd 1 or 2 game that if I see it out, I wouldn't mind picking up just for play purposes, not more so for a collection. Not much on the Wii U today, 3 games in total. Now this Dead Space Extraction is one that I keep meaning to pick up. I might come back to that one if I don't see too much else in here today, but there's some good stuff, so I'm pretty confident I'll find something today. Not really looking to pick up too much stuff, as I've spent an absolute fortune on stuff at gaming markets recently, and I've still got the London gaming market coming up, which you'll probably have already seen the video of that by the time this one comes out. Now I know it's a minor thing, but look, it's a DVD type case, and although I can go home and swap it, I don't see why I should have to. Swiftly on to the PlayStation 3 and let's see what is happening here. Now, admittedly, I don't have the biggest PlayStation 3 collection, probably between 120 games, 130, something around about that number. And it's getting harder for me to find games that I really want on the system that don't cost an absolute fortune. There is still a few that I would like to pick up, admittedly, but it's all about having the funds to do so, having the vouchers ready to go. Nevertheless though, there's definitely a great selection of games here at the Shepherd's Bush branch on the PlayStation 3. If you're looking to reminisce and pick up some old classics that you might have sold on some time ago, or you're looking just to restart your collection, this is a really good place to just jump in. Now we've got a couple of retro cabinets in here today. Not just retro, but some of the more high-end stuff, and Silent Hill F is in here. It's one I definitely need to pick up at some point. I'm having a bit of buyer's regret not picking up the Steelbook. It goes for a small fortune now, so I'm going to keep an eye out. I still haven't even finished the remake of Silent Hill 2. I've got quite far into it, but yeah, until I finish that one, I think Silent Hill F is going to take a bit of a backseat. Lovely condition Game Gear Batman Returns there, and a nice copy of D. And for those that like their DS's, that Yoshi edition there, £290. That one is really expensive. It's gone up a lot in recent years. Now the last Xbox console worth talking about, the Xbox 360. What a wonderful machine it was. What a wonderful time for gaming, if you ask me. Here's one I would have picked up today. I'm not a fan of American football really, but I quite like the art on this. Unfortunately, it was a cover reprint, and even at £5, it's still not going to be coming into my collection. Now, in the same way that I said you could pick up some great stuff for your PlayStation 3 if you were starting a collection again, or just restarting, you know, the Xbox 360 is exactly the same. In all honesty, a lot of the same games, so it's kind of making a choice of what system you want to collect for, if you're not going to collect for both. This was still at a time when there were still exclusives for both consoles. Do you remember those days when consoles had exclusives? Doesn't happen too often these days, does it, unfortunately? I find that a little bit sad because it kind of drove console sales. Now that Power Rangers game, I'm not sure if I've got that. I've been looking for it for a while, but I've got a feeling I've got it on the Switch. I'm going to have to take a look at my app to have a look at my collection, because that is something I would like to play. It's a similar type of game to the recent Turtles remakes, and I'm a huge fan of beat 'em up games. So even though Power Rangers isn't really my generation, anything like that definitely going to get my attention. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I've got a strange obsession with that film. I absolutely love it, and I really should own the game. I think the thing that's stopped me buying it is I've been made aware that it doesn't really have an online audience. It is one of those games where it's got an online gameplay variation only, as far as I'm aware anyway. And I've heard that no one really plays it online, so it's going to be a bit more of a drinks coaster if I pick it up. Saying that, I'm going to pick it up at some point, just for the sheer fact that I love the movie. Anyway, before we go any further with this shop tour, let's take a look at some of the items you can pick up now the Whizbits Random Gaming Store. Now, if you'd like to support the channel, you can join the membership from as little as 99 pence per month, or you can also pick up some hoodies, some t-shirts, some caps, all that kind of stuff. And there's even a pint glass on there now. Now I'm looking at adding a couple of other random items in the near future, so if you'd like to support the channel, there is a variety of ways to do so. If you choose to do so, it is much appreciated. Anyway, let's get back to the store.
So as we venture downstairs to the rarely used area of Shepherd's Bush CEX, somewhere in the corner we will find a very rare species. A child named Archie is actually not speaking for once. A miracle. Something I didn't think I'd ever be able to capture on camera.
Gotta big up my main little man Archie there. Not too pleased with the video edit I've done, but he's got no choice in the matter. He's made plenty of funny videos about his dad over the years. Just me getting revenge. Anyway, this CEX does happen to have a downstairs, which is the land of the £1 DVDs, and yeah, it was empty down there. No one was looking to pick up DVDs on the day. A bit of a waste of space if you ask me, but there you go. I'm sure there's a market for it. I just didn't see anyone on the day. Now, you would have seen a couple of Xbox games as I came back upstairs there by the entrance of the shop, and it's almost like they're saying, please, these are near the entrance, pay attention, buy us, because no one is buying our Xbox games. That's just the way I feel about the Xbox at the moment. I don't think anyone's picking much up at all. Now on the PlayStation 4, pretty much is standard fare. I'm always looking to add to my PlayStation 4 collection because I am playing the PlayStation 5 a lot more than I used to. So yeah, always interested to see if I can find a couple of obscure games, particularly shmups. But I think I've got the majority of what I want. I'm always looking to see if there's something that fell under the radar on that system. Now, a really good selection of PlayStation 5 games in here as well. Things are quite laid out, I'm not going to say oddly in this shop, but they use the space that they have pretty well. You've got PlayStation 5 games venturing around corners and stuff like that. I mean, once you're in the shop, it looks okay, and probably how I filmed it, it might look a little bit more of a mishmash. But yeah, they've got some really good stuff on the PlayStation 5, most definitely. I'm probably going to pick something up on the system today, as I've seen one or two games that I'm definitely interested in. Now, whilst I'm talking over a pretty generic area of the shop, the PlayStation 4, I'd just like to take the time to send a massive shout and big up the staff that they had in this shop. Really friendly, really chatty, and one member in particular who served me. We had a great conversation, not just about gaming in general, CEX as well as a company, all positive. So if anyone's watching, he wasn't a bad mouth in the company. It was pretty positive. But yeah, the staff here really welcoming, and that really can make a quite sterile experience in a retail shop that much more intimate and make you want to come back. Now over in the corner, we've got the OG Xbox stuff. Not a great deal here. I love collecting for this system, as it really is one I just didn't have much of an affinity with when it was out in its prime. So I'm definitely discovering a lot more about the OG Xbox these days. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that there should be a game somewhere within that plastic sleeve. It's a PC game, so maybe I'm missing something. But yeah, that was a bit odd. Right, there's your GameCube section. 2 games. GameCube stuff is increasingly becoming more difficult to find in CEXs, I find. Let me know in the comments if your CEX has got a great deal of GameCube stuff, because I'm finding that is not the case in a lot of the shops that I go to. Now, the PlayStation 2, I love the system. I always say I'm going to stop collecting for it, but I clearly am not. And yeah, there was a pretty small PlayStation 2 section here today, unfortunately, which really didn't have much on offer for me personally. I've got the majority of the stuff here, and the stuff that I haven't got, there's a reason for that. I don't want it. I'm looking at you, Starsky and Hutch. Now this is at the front of the shop, but I filmed it pretty much on my way out today. I love that PlayStation 4 blue and red control pad. Is it red? It is a form of red, isn't it? It's claret, shall we say. Almost like my team's colours, West Ham. Less said about them, the better at the moment. And this PlayStation 3, yeah, it looks even worse in person. That really is a nicotine addiction. But what I will say is they've got a really good variety of consoles here. And as we move over to the next section of the glass cabinet, you'll see that they've got a great selection of games here. Now, I still prefer the Xbox controllers. As much as I call it dead box, that's one area where, in my opinion, they're winning anyway. Definitely got the better control pads. Now, wow, I didn't see this as I came in, but look at this. This Resident Evil 4 GameCube, a hefty price tag, and this one is very rare. You don't see that too often. Definitely one for the collectors. Not something you're going to pick up just to play GameCube games on. Now, as I was saying, they've got a pretty good selection of retro games in this shop, as you can see here. Some really good titles, and a couple that I was thinking about buying, but I didn't want to pick up too much today as I had my eye on a couple of PlayStation 5 games. So let's take a look anyway at what I managed to pick up today, and I only picked the one game up. Despite there being a number of really good games here, there wasn't anything I was really interested in other than this Power Rangers Rita's Rewind game. As I've described it earlier, it is a beat 'em up in a mold of the Turtles type games, and after checking the app that I keep an eye on all of my collection on, this was an oversight. I thought I had it on the Switch already. I didn't, so with vouchers in my pocket, I picked this one up today. It is cheaper at retail. I know a couple of people have already told me that, but after using the vouchers, this one didn't cost me half of what you see on the sticker here. Now, I'm actually going to get straight home tonight and jump on this one. Probably going to do a video on it as well, as I'm really excited to pick this one up and play it. Now, although I didn't pick this one up on the day, I came home to a great parcel today. This Gradius Origins Special Edition, the one that's in the NES type case boxing. I'm absolutely chuffed with this one. I'm so chuffed, I don't even want to unseal it. I'm hoping that this one goes on sale digitally real soon so I can keep this one sealed. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon, and I'll probably succumb to the urge to play these games and open it. But what a beauty, look at this. I'm really pleased with this one from a limited run. I'll probably end up opening this by the end of tonight. I'm talking like I'm never going to open it, but I really want to play this. So anyway, guys, that was Shepherd's Bush CEX in November 2025. A little bit of a mission for me, but I was in the area anyway as I was visiting the Nintendo pop-up shop, so it only made sense for me to jump in today and see what they had on offer. There was a lot of great games in here. It's a really nice shop, some really nice staff to talk to, so I definitely would get down here if you saw anything on the video that you happen to like. Now, yeah, I only picked the one game up, but I'm being a little bit careful these days. Christmas is coming up, and I've already been to a lot of markets recently, so we'll see what happens in the future videos in the run up to Christmas. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.